Welcome to the very first episode of the iPodcast with me, Nico Mantanis, and your other host, Shahzeb
Ali. Okay,
let's try that again.
No, we're keeping it. We're keeping it. We're keeping it. Yes.
Okay, guys, we're keeping it.
We're keeping it.
So, Shahzeb, why don't you tell us what this podcast is about?
Yes, this is about stuff just happening in the tech world. Just things happening in our lives in the tech world, happening in his life in the tech world, but things just happening in our lives in the tech world.
Yeah, so like projects that I'm working on with Tower Tech Tutorials, projects that Shahzeb's working on with his Tech God channel and any of our other channels. Yeah. Just cool things that we're working on, and also just topics that we find interesting and want to give our takes on.
Yeah.
So starting with our first topic, Shahzeb.
2015 Apple products, which is basically he's been using 2015 Apple products.
Don't ask me why. I'm on the verge of killing myself here.
Yes.
Yeah. So I am using for a week for an upcoming video a 2015 MacBook Pro, iPhone 6s, and an iPad Air 2.
This is Air 2 6s here.
Yep, the phone actually
except he has a space gray. This is a rose gold here.
Yeah, he's got the rose gold. I got the space gray. That's what I'm using for my notes and stuff. I can confidently say that the iPad Air has probably been the best device, even though it's technically a 2014 product.
Yes.
Like it's a year old. It's like, well, it's not really a year older, but like it's older. But, like, than the other two, yeah, it's better than the other two, which is weird.
Yes, yeah.
So, then the kicker of this video is that I am editing this entire video, not this entire video, but, like, the 2015 video on that 2015 MacBook Pro. And I can confidently say it's good for editing up until you're trying to do anything past just adding, like, B-roll and, like, simple things. Like, once you try to get to, like, effects and, like, green screen effects, yeah, it's all over for that computer.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah. So, the specs of it are a Core i7 processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it's got a 500 gigabyte SSD, and I am using the OpenCore Legacy patcher, which I actually just did a video on to use Sonoma on it. And the Sonoma, the funny thing is it runs better on Sonoma than it did on Monterey, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's interesting. It's just a weird idea.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked behind the scenes here about Sonoma is probably the best, like, the last good version of macOS we both used.
Yeah, Sonoma, Sequoia's ass. I'm sorry.
The worst macOS I've ever used.
Yeah. That, to me, personally, I don't
even though it's Sequoia's what's allowing me to do the background here, but that's it.
Yeah. Personally, I don't find the AI features as useful as I thought I would.
Yeah, I was going to pull up my phone, but that's what's recording this.
That's it. They are...
Even I hear there's no Apple Intelligence, which is probably for the better, if we're being honest.
Mm-hmm. Like, the Apple Intelligence, it was not ready when it came out. Like,
you can say that again. You can say that again.
Yeah, it just, like...
That could be a whole other topic. That could be a whole other topic we can talk about here, because seriously, Apple Intelligence. You see, because I talked about this in one of my videos, where basically the team, Apple's team behind this, we have John Gianandrea, or JG as he's known in the tech industry, and you have Craig Federighi. We all know Craig. And basically JG's team and Craig's team were, separate teams. JG's team is the AI team. Craig's team is obviously software. And so, since AI and software are very close, they both have to communicate well together. Except the teams do not communicate well together.
And then we had the hellspawn that is macOS Sequoia.
Well, no. We're talking about Apple Intelligence here.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of that, we're basically JG's team. JG's team was so far behind that Craig's team decided to develop their own internal AI team under Craig's leadership. Like, that's how bad this all went here.
Yeah, like, Apple Intelligence, it was a good idea, but it was executed poorly. Like, I'm talking, like, super poor. Like,
it is.
Like, what they did was, like, the iPhone, they announced it at WWDC. It was supposed to have all these sick features.
So, yeah.
And you only got, like, a handful of them at launch. Well, actually, Apple Intelligence wasn't even there at launch.
So, yeah, that's the thing. So, they announced it at DubDub last year, 2024. On the iPhone 16, they announced the 16, advertising it everywhere, but it wasn't available on day one. It didn't come out until a month afterwards.
Yeah, and honestly, it was kind of underwhelming.
Well, hang on. Let's because I believe Wikipedia has a good breakdown of when each feature came out here. So,
but people thought there was gonna be personal.
So let me go ahead and break it down here. So
okay,
iOS 18.1 when that came out in October of last year, that had the writing tools, the new look for Siri. Just the new look. That's it.
Yeah.
Smart replies, notification summary, photo cleanup, memory maker, which I actually use. That's actually one of the good features of Apple Intelligence, and the reduce interruptions focus. And then 18.2, which came out in December, that added more writing tools, Image Playground, Image Wand, which Image Playground is definitely one of the weaker image generation tools I've used. I've used OpenAI's, I've used Google's, I've used Apple's. Apple's by far the weakest here. Image Wand,
easily.
Siri has ChatGPT integration, mail categorization, Genmoji, and visual intelligence. And then 18.4 was more languages, mail categorization, visual intelligence on the 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max, and Image Playground Sketch. And then the thing is, the 18.4, that's when they were supposed to release the more intelligent Siri. But then they didn't.
Yeah, and honestly, that was the thing I was the most excited for, was the more intelligent Siri. But hopefully that will be here when the iPhone 17 comes out.
No. No, it's not. So we got a report from a few weeks ago from Mark Gurman. He says that the new personal Siri is not going to come out until iOS 26.4.
Nah. Why? What the hell are they doing, bro?
That is 18 months after they advertised it on the iPhone 16.
Think about it. It was originally supposed to release with iOS 18. Most of this stuff was supposed to be here.
The thing is, they announced it with the iPhone, with iOS 18 when the 15 Pro was the latest iPhone. They advertised it everywhere for the 16, and now it's going to come out when the 17's the latest phone, and we're talking about the rumors for the 18.
Yeah, it's crazy. Think about it. Honestly, I don't even think the 15 Pro is really going to even be able to handle some of this stuff.
It better. It better.
Some of it I feel is a little bit too advanced for the 15 Pro to handle. I think it'll
Here's the thing.
Do fine.
So yeah, the reason why, obviously rightfully so, Apple's being sued for this. They have been sued, I think at least 3 times. I think maybe 4, but yeah, they've been sued for this because it's basically false advertising.
Yeah, they put "Hello Apple Intelligence" on literally everything.
So I actually pointed this out on Twitter, where basically they changed that tagline.
Yeah.
They changed that tagline. It was originally "Hello Apple Intelligence." Now, if you go to the iPhone 16 page or any device compatible with Apple Intelligence, it now says "Built for Apple Intelligence." It just says it's built for it. It might be here someday.
Yeah, but it's they had to do that because Hello Apple Intelligence implies that all this shit is already out.
And here's the thing. the thing is, I believe the general consensus is that this feels like Apple is trying to, they feel a bit behind in the AI space, because, Samsung has Galaxy AI, Google has Gemini, they're very behind in the AI space, so they felt like they had to do something here, and they just released this half-baked attempt.
And what I think they should have done is, with the Apple AI, is they should have just instead pushed it back till iOS 26 and not made that thing all about the iPhone 16, because
but
at least when they would have released it, it would have been ready.
But here's the thing, and I'm not going to try, this is not me defending them, I'm just going to say this here, where basically, if they did that, then what would they have talked about with the iPhone 16?
That's also a good point, because
exactly, because without Apple Intelligence, the iPhone 16 is a very underwhelming upgrade.
Yeah, the iPhone 16,
especially the 16
phone.
Pro. Especially the 16 Pro. The regular 16, has some great upgrades, but the 16 is what we're using right here. The 16 Pro, very, very minor upgrade.
Yeah. Well, I would be using my 16, but right now I'm using an iPhone fucking 6S. I'm using a...
Yeah, you are. You indeed are.
Help, save me.
Yes, you need saving right now.
Save me. Yeah. I'm using a phone that's, 9 years newer. Or I'm using a phone that's 9 years older than what I typically use.
Yeah.
Now... Yeah. We had that iPhone 16 video plan that never saw the light of day.
Yeah, we had that planned. Just kind of dwindled down away from existence.
Yeah, I might put on my Tower Tech Extras channel my unboxing of the phone, because that also never saw the light of day. I just made
that as a YouTube short, because in my opinion that's what an unboxing should be. It's just a YouTube short.
I come from and I know you watched him too. I came from
Detroit Borg,
so I always have a rose tinted glasses version of unboxing videos.
And see, here's the thing with unboxings, because unless you are a Marquez or iJustine or I was gonna say Jonathan Morrison, but he's not really feeling well right now. Unless you're a Marquez or iJustine or Andrew Edwards or any creator who gets the products early, then your unboxing video doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that's
genuinely speaking, because once you've seen Marquez's unboxing, once you've seen Aaron, Mr. Who's the Boss's unboxing, once you've seen Justine's unboxing, you've seen them all.
Yeah, that's kind of the unfortunate truth nowadays, is that back in I wonder what if I don't think Detroit Borg's ever coming back, but if you go back, I even just going back and watching some of his unboxing videos. I know what he's unboxing.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he does. It just kind of makes it interesting. He's very informative.
He does some great B-roll. He does some great, actual, just reviewing the product. He's a great reviewer here. He's still around, but only on Threads.
Yeah, you don't really see him. He doesn't. I don't even know what was his last upload. It was the
2021 iPad Pro.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think I commented on there, and I might go find it later and show a screenshot of it. But I commented. I'm I've been watching this since I was a kid. I commented.
Let me go ahead and see this here.
I commented that. I'm dude, I love your videos, or something like that. On his last, it was either the iMac or that one. I'm not sure which one it was. Brand new iMac, the colored.
There's 1,800 comments here. I'm not gonna find it.
Yeah, good luck.
I'm not gonna find it.
I'll have to find that later, because when you're logged in, it'll show it. But
if he finds it and before this episode's published, here it is.
Yep, here it is, right here. Or yes. I look like an idiot because it's probably not here, because I probably didn't find it or forgot.
Yeah.
So our next topic is the iPhone 17, which is coming out soon.
So I've been making a couple videos on this. I just made one, a few days ago. And, everyone was ragging on me for the audio in that video. But basically, this year, it feels like it's going to be, I am tentative to say this is like Apple's redemption year for the iPhone. Because
the iPhone 17, bro. Like, they also have the Air coming out, which is supposed to be pretty cool.
So let's go ahead and break this down here, model by model. The regular iPhone 17 is going to be a very underwhelming update here. Because all we're expecting for the regular model is A19 chip, obviously. The biggest upgrade is going to be, it's going to have the same display as the iPhone 16 Pro. So 6.3 inches, 120 hertz, finally, on the base model, and always on display, and the thinner bezels of the 16 Pro. So, in terms of display, it's going to be a big upgrade for the regular model.
I'm surprised it took them so long to add always on display.
Yeah, and 120 hertz. Although, again, I fought with people on Twitter numerous times. It's not a big deal that 120 hertz is not on the phone. I know people disagree with me. I don't care. You guys are wrong.
So, I can speak from experience because I actually came from an iPhone 13 Pro, which if you don't know, it has ProMotion on it, and I went from using ProMotion, and there's also like a setting you could flip in settings to like turn it off. So I turned it off one day. I think it was like a little bit before I was getting my 16, because Shahzeb's like, you gotta get used to it. So I turned it off.
Yes.
So I turned it off, and like I literally noticed no difference. Like
exactly. And you're a tech nerd. You would be someone who'd notice it.
Yeah, I'd be someone who'd notice it, but like for me, 120 hertz only matters if you're playing like a video game. Like if you're playing like an FPS game, you'll notice.
Yeah.
But like But, like, if you're just using your phone for, like, normal things like Instagram and Snapchat and just, like, playing the occasional, like, Geometry Dash or whatever the hell people play. If you play Raid Shadow Legends, though, there's something wrong with you.
Legends.
This podcast is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Never. Don't even try. Unless you
What if they offer us $100 million?
If you slide me a smooth 100 milli, I'll consider it.
Yes.
But
so 120 hertz is coming, but most people won't notice the difference.
Yeah. If you're just like an average person, you're probably not gonna notice. Like even me, as like someone who's a tech nerd that uses their phone all the time, I didn't really notice the switch.
Yeah. So in terms of the colors, though, for the base model, it sounds like this year's colors are going to be pretty fire for the base model. So let me pull up the concept here I made. So we have the same black and white, obviously, as the regular 16. But we also have a gray, so 3 monochrome colors. But then we also have a new, like, sort of a lime green, sort of.
Kind of like the iBook G3 exclusive from 1999.
Yeah, kind of like that. There's also going to be like a purple color, which seems sort of like a slightly more muted version of the iPhone 12 purple, if you remember that.
Yeah.
And then you also have a light blue, which is like a more saturated. It's a light blue, but it's a more saturated version of like the MacBook Air blue in a way. So, yeah, overall, pretty good color lineup. I am going to miss Ultramarine, though.
Oh, yeah, Ultramarine, I have that. That was a good color.
It's a great color, yeah. So, the regular 17, though, no design change, except for, the bigger display. So, It's not going to be... if you have a 16, you shouldn't get a regular 17. But if you're coming from a 15... you're coming from a 15, 14... maybe. So
maybe.
That's the regular 17. Then we have the 17 Pro.
Hashtag Apple, bring back Alpine Green.
Oh yes, please, yes, the best color.
I'm giving you guys a free tip.
Yes, yes. But anyway, so we have the 17 Pros, 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max. The big change here is the new design, which is the camera bar design that you've seen. So what do you think of the design, Nico?
The camera bar. So that, like, I've thought about it, and I'm not personally a fan of it yet. I feel like I'll get used to it, but I still just think it looks like a Google Pixel.
See, the thing with so I've been staring at this design for super long. Like I've seen a variation of this design since February. So like I've gotten used to it. And not only is it going to be a camera bar, it's going to be housed in a aluminum unibody. So yes, aluminum. They're getting rid of titanium.
Same thing, same material as the MacBook that I broke in the Sequoia video.
Yes. So yeah, they're getting rid of titanium. It's going to be aluminum this year. And some people have been very confused as to why they're doing this. I'll tell you why. Is because if this new aluminum design, where basically the aluminum extends to the back of the phone, except for a little glass window for wireless charging, obviously, and the reason why it's aluminum and not titanium is because titanium is expensive, and if they make the entire back of titanium, it'll be expensive.
Yeah.
So and not only that, but a common misconception is that titanium is lighter than aluminum. That's not true. Titanium is heavier, and so if it were made out of titanium around the back, it would be very heavy. So
remember those like titanium cases that like everything Apple Pro and iJustine were like showing off like years ago when like the iPhone 10 came out and 10s were out?
Yeah, those looked cool, but very expensive.
Those were like $1,000 cases.
Yeah. So
if I remember.
Yes. So another thing that is new, that this just came out recently, is that the Apple logo will be repositioned again.
Oh God, where now?
So it's gonna be if you see the design here, like pull up my video or like pull up like a render of the phone. Basically, that glass window, the Apple logo will be centered on that glass window, so it's gonna be slightly lower than what it is right now.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So and at first I didn't like that change, but the more I've looked at it, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, it looks better. It looks better.
So Apple, just so you know, you're get the Air phone, the super thin
no, we're not
phone.
we're not on the air yet. We're not on the air yet. We have to wait.
I was gonna say center the speaker or center the USB-C port.
We're not on the air yet. Okay, let's wait.
No, I'm skipping. All right.
Okay, let's wait. The displays are going to be pretty much the exact same on the 17 Pros, except for the fact that this rumor just came back recently. It's going to be an anti-reflective coating and a scratch-resistant coating. So it's going to be kind of like what Samsung did on the S25 Ultra, where it's more anti-reflective and more scratch-resilient, which I tried out a Galaxy S25 Ultra recently in the store, and I noticed the anti-reflective coating, and it looked phenomenal. It looked phenomenal. Like, the glare was so minimal on there. It looked great. So I'm excited to see what Apple does with that.
I'm just hoping that the anti-reflective coating doesn't have like the peeling issue like it had with the 2015 MacBook Pro, where the reflective coating will like deteriorate over time.
Yeah, that was a very resilient issue. That was even an issue I've seen some people with the S24 Ultra, Galaxy S24 Ultra, because it also had that coating. Some people with the S24 Ultra have that issue as well. So
it's pretty crazy.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So yeah, we have the anti-reflective coating. We have the A19 Pro chip with 12 gigabytes of RAM now.
Damn.
Which is the most ever in an iPhone. It's going to be even more than the iPad Pro has right now.
12 gigs of RAM for a phone like years ago, that would have sounded insane. But like,
yeah, well, the thing is though, if you think about it, I mean, I feel like this argument's used so many times, but I feel like 12 gigs of RAM is become the standard now for phones, for Android phones at least. 8 gigs of RAM. But the thing is, obviously, this is for AI, obviously.
Yeah.
Because, more RAM, more AI.
Remember when 8 gigs of RAM seemed like enough? Seemed like the perfect amount?
Yeah. And now it's, for a phone at least, I think for most people, 8 gigs of RAM seems fine. In fact, that's still the amount of RAM of the iPhone right now. But, yeah, 12 gigs, I think 12 gigs is going to be the new...
Keep in mind, guys, they had iPhones with 8 gigs of storage for a long-ass time.
8 gigs of storage.
Even the iPhone 4 had an 8 gigabyte version at one point.
Even the iPhone 5C had an 8 gig version.
Yeah, 8 gigs of storage sounds little. Now that's how much RAM you have in your phone. Most people have more than that now.
Dude, iOS itself, iOS 26, takes up more than 8 gigs of storage now.
Think about that. People were complaining about, about 64 gigs not being enough.
People are complaining about 128 gigs.
Yeah, there's people complaining about 128 gigs. Think about it when people had 16 gigs. We were stuck at that till the iPhone 6S. There was 16 gigabytes on the 6S, and I would know because I used one of those.
This is a 16 gig one here.
Yeah, there was that one he's holding is a 16 gig. The one I'm using is 32, and even that seems kind of small for me now.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, 16 gigs was the gold standard for way too long. iOS on a 16 gigabyte iPhone 6S, literally, you could download maybe 2 apps and take maybe 3 pictures if you don't have iCloud storage.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're lucky, you could fit about 5 seconds of 4K footage on there.
5 seconds? That's generous.
That's generous. Because you can't store anything on it. And, we were stuck at that for too long. I'm glad we're past that, but, people complaining about 128, which, to be fair, I filled that on my phone. That's just insane to me.
Yeah, and the thing is, 16 gigs or 8 or 12 gigs of RAM. 12 gigs of RAM, even for many flagship phones, is kind of low because the upcoming Pixel 10 Pro series has 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, 16 gigs of storage was a gold standard up until 2015. Or no, up until 2016, with the release of the 7.
And now our phones have 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, now our phones have more RAM than some phones had storage back in 2015.
It's crazy to think about. So
but that was also back when iOS took up 1 gigabyte.
Yes, now iOS takes up 10 gigs of storage.
It's like Windows.
Yes. So anyway, yes, 12 gigs of RAM on the 17 Pro.
Yep.
So in addition, we also have Apple's custom-made Wi-Fi 7 chip, along with their Bluetooth chip as well. So we have that. We also have,
I believe, modem.
Yeah, we're not to the modem yet. We'll get to that in a second. We also have faster charging speeds. We're expecting 35-watt wire charging.
No offense, Apple. Why did it take you so long to add the thing where it shows you how long till your battery is fully charged? Samsung's had that from the beginning. Android's had that from the beginning.
I also saw somewhere that we'd have 50-watt wireless charging.
Wow, for wireless charging is insane.
For wireless charging, which seems crazy. I saw that rumor somewhere. I forgot where it was. But either way, it sounds like charging speeds are getting a major boost, which is crazy to me considering that the iPhone 16 already got a big boost in wireless charging, 25 watts on the 16.
Yeah.
So
I have a wireless charger in my room that I charge my phone on daily, and every time I take it off the phone, since I'm running the iOS 26 beta, it says slow charging.
yeah, we're gonna talk about the iOS 26 here in a second. But so we have that for the 17 Pros. In terms of other upgrades, 48 megapixel telephoto camera, which a recent rumor came out that it's going to have 8x optical zoom now instead of the 5x we have. So
yeah,
so we have that, and that seems about it for the 17 Pros. Well, we forgot about colors. We got to talk about colors.
The most important thing.
Yes. So we're getting the usual white or the regular black and silver. We're getting a gray to replace natural titanium, and we're getting 2 fun colors. Usually the Pro only has 1 fun color. This year we're getting 2. We got a navy blue color.
That was on the 15 Pro. They had something similar to that.
Yeah. It was on the 15 Pro, except this seems a bit more darker than that. So.
And
then we also have orange. The first time ever on an iPhone, orange.
It's actually a good point. I can't. There's no iPhone that is orange. Like I would have think that the 5C was probably the closest thing with that like salmon color.
Well, a 10R had coral, but in most lighting that felt like pink.
Yeah, and then the iPods had an orange color. The Shuffle, 4th gen, the Nano.
I don't think the Touch did. The Touch didn't have a
No,
orange.
the Touch didn't.
So this is the first ever orange iOS device.
There we go.
This is we're making history this year.
Yeah, first ever orange iOS device. All the other orange Apple products were all iPods or Mac or iBooks.
Yeah. We also we haven't had an orange iPad either.
Oh, that's true. We actually haven't.
So we're making history.
First orange iOS device.
Yes, we're making history this year. There's also another rumor of a 6th potential color, and this one seems a bit sketchy, so take this with a grain of salt. But apparently there's going to be like a reflective, like multicolored color for the 17 Pros that's inspired by liquid glass in iOS 26.
That's actually that's a pretty cool idea. I like it.
Yeah, that seems like a cool idea. So,
ooh, here's another idea. Apple release clear AirPod cases. That would look cool. Like frosted AirPod cases.
Frosted maybe. It kind of looked like the Beats, those Beats colors. But yeah. So that's the 17 Pros. That's the 17 Pros. Then we have the Air. We have the Air now. This is the
no minis for you weirdos that like the mini.
Come on, the mini was great. Come on, the mini was great. But anyway,
it was decent.
But anyway, the Air is the star of the show this year. So it's gonna be, according to the CAD files, 5.64 millimeters thin.
Wow.
Yeah, the thinnest iPhone ever made.
It's even thinner than the 7th generation.
No. The Nano is still thinner, 5.4 millimeters.
Suck it, iPhone 17 Air. There was a thinner device before you.
Yeah, well, the iPad Pros are also thinner, so.
That's true.
Yeah, I touched the iPad Pro again this weekend, and I'm just blown away that's that thin. But yeah.
I feel like jerry-rig everything. So like you can bend that thing like paper, but it's actually really strong.
Well, the thing is, he did the bend test on the S25 Edge, the Galaxy S25 Edge. That's 5.8 millimeters thin. It passed. It passed the test. So
passed the bend test.
Yeah, it passed the bend test.
2018 iPad Pro sure as hell did not.
Yeah, it didn't. But that's
even what's inside bended it.
Yeah. So we have 5.6 millimeter thinness. We also have the camera bar design, except this one's a pill shape, and the big news of that camera, only one back camera, just like the iPhone 16e.
Yep.
So yeah, it's gonna be.
I want to say I'm the reason he had to use light mode for a week because I'm the one who predicted that it was gonna be 16e instead of SE4.
Yeah.
Against all odds, because everybody was saying SE4.
The thing is, I said that was a rumor. Like that was a rumor saying it was going to be 16e. I did not believe that one bit. But then, even the week following up to it, I was like, "There's no way it's going to be 16e." But then, like at the last minute, like 30 minutes ahead of the press release for the 16e, he was like, I asked him like, "What do you think they're going to call it?" And he said 16e. Yeah,
those are my choices. SE4 or 16e. I'm one of the few people that said 16e.
No. You're not one of the few people. Everyone on Twitter was telling me it was going to be 16e, and I did not believe them.
One of the few people, meaning you, me, and Jimena.
Yes.
I was the 33% out of that.
Yes. So anyway, yeah, we have anyway, back to the 17 Air.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, only one back camera, just like the iPhone 16e. It's gonna have 2x zoom on that back camera. And A19 Pro chip as well, so it's gonna have 12 gigs of RAM. And the USB-C port is off-centered on here.
Yep.
Well, off-centered on the y-axis. So basically, let's pretend this is a 17 Air. The USB-C port's going to be slightly lower than usual.
Apple, you have fucked with my OCD for too long.
Yes. And not only that, no bottom speaker as well. So it's going to be just the earpiece speaker. Which is going to be kind of rough.
Okay, so as someone who has been using two devices that don't have front-facing speakers, like that with the iPad Air 2 and the iPhone 6s, I could confidently say that I've been used to it for way too long because it actually like genuinely like hurts my brain.
Yeah, because like when you're watching something like this, when you're watching a video like this, and audio's only coming out one side, it's very jarring.
Yeah, it's like there's probably a video you could go and look up that'll have like the audio where you can play it through only the right channel.
I did that in my recent iPhone 17 video. I did that where I did a simulation where basically I made it so the audio only came out of the left channel for one clip, so people could understand what it would sound like, and it sounds bad. It sounds bad.
Yeah, it sounds bad because like, what you know when people put their phone up to like their ear with like the speaker when they're trying to listen to something that's like quiet or something.
Yeah.
Or am I weird? Am I the only one who does that? But when you do that,
I understand you.
Like it sounds weird when you're doing it because because you're only hearing it out of that one speaker. Imagine that like sitting in front of you, only your right ear is gonna hear stuff. Your left ear isn't. It's hearing stuff, but like it's a lot quieter. Like that's what like the stereo. That's kind of like how not really how stereo sound works, but like it plays out of two speakers, so you hear it evenly on both sides. When you're listening through something like a 6S, it's kind of like this. It's like you're only hearing it on one side and it's quiet on the other. So like it kind of messes with your brain.
Even on the 6S here, it's coming out of the right channel. This on the 17 Air, it's only coming out of the left channel.
Yeah, so it's gonna be even more weird.
Yeah.
Like so it's like your earpiece speaker that you hold up to your ear when you're on the phone call.
Yeah.
That's what all that audio is going to be playing out of. And I could confidently say that it's probably not going to sound great. But
yeah, it's not going to be great.
It's not going to be great, but I'm assuming, or knowing Apple, or not really knowing, but like I'm hoping that Apple will at least make the speaker sound good. Because like that's also kind of just like the compromise with getting something really thin. Is like you can't fit a speaker in it. Like if you've seen like a MacBook speaker, they're big. If you've seen an iMac speaker, they're even bigger. Like everyone knows bigger speakers typically sound better because they have more room with how audio works. It's probably more of a conversation you'd want to have with Wade Nixon than me, Dave Potts.
Yes.
But like that smaller speaker, if it's gonna be smaller, it's probably not gonna sound as good, but knowing Apple, hopefully they'll make it at least tolerable and not sound like a 15-inch MacBook Pro speaker from 2015.
Yes. So,
there's no bass. Hurts my brain. Anyway.
We have the only one speaker and 6.6 inch display. 6.6 inch display. It's the only iPhone ever to have that display size.
Yep, one of the biggest displays on an iPhone.
And not even really that, because we have 6.7 and now 6.9 inch displays. So
that's true.
But the thing is that even though it's 6.6 inches, it won't feel that big because of how thin and light it is.
So that's going to be an interesting experience.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that there. And in terms of pricing, we haven't had like a full-on like confirmation, but I'm willing to bet the price will start at $1,000 for the 17 Air.
So, my guess is that I don't think they're gonna do it, but like you're gonna pretty much be like, so like how Apple originally had MacBook pricing. I know this is gonna sound unrelated right now, but let me say it first. So like they had the original MacBook, right? They had the regular MacBooks, MacBook Pros, and the MacBook Airs. The MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro were both more expensive than the regular polycarbonate MacBooks at the time because they were made out of more quality materials. But like the MacBook Pro was the more for like the pro users, power users, and the MacBook Air was more for like casual users that wanted like a thin laptop. Like you saw Steve Jobs pull it out of a fucking vanilla envelope.
Vanilla envelope. Wow.
Yeah, vanilla
envelope. Yeah.
Vanilla envelope, and they were priced similarly. The MacBook Pro and the MacBook Air, and then the polycarbonate MacBook was supposed to be like the budget option, but it kind of created like a little, I don't want to say diverse because that's definitely not the right word, but like two different crowds for it, kind of split into two different computer types of people that want to, like, you can either spring for the more power or you can spring for the for a thinner laptop. So I feel like people are going to be a little bit not confused, but have like a little bit more confusion with like what to choose when the time comes.
So basically my breakdown for the lineup is that the regular 17 will be $800 with 128 gigs. Then the 17 Air here will be $1,000, but it'll start with 256 gigs. So it'll be the same price as currently the iPhone 16 Plus is with 256 gigs. So essentially, no price increase because this is replacing the 16 Plus. Then you have the 17 Pro, which I think will start at 256, and it'll be at $1,100. And then the 17 Pro Max, 256, $1,200. That's my prediction for the lineup there.
So we're gonna, we'll see in the coming months. It'll probably release in September.
The thing is that we're under 1 month away from event invites.
So that's also gonna be interesting to see.
So the current rumor, or the current expected date, or the current expected week, is the week of September 8th for the event. So my prediction, again, I've been wrong. The past 18 months of Apple events, I've gotten every single one of those dates wrong. I'm not joking. I said the event would be on March 5th last year. It was May 7th. I said Dub last year would be June 3rd. It was June 10th. I said the September event was going to be September 10th. It was September 9th. And I said Dub this year would be June 2nd. It was June 9th.
What video did you have that was outdated in like less than 24 hours of you publishing it?
That was the Vision Pro video I did last year, where I was like saying, hey, these are current info about the Vision Pro, and then less than 24 hours later, Apple was like, hey, Vision Pro coming out February 2nd.
Yep. As someone who does older tech, I think the Vision Pro was a good idea. But like we're
not talking about the Vision Pro right now.
No. Okay.
But in short, I love it. Anyway. So that's the 17 lineup in a nutshell. There. That was I'm excited. You know, iPhone season's always exciting.
Techtember beginning soon.
Techtember beginning. Really, tech season is already in full swing because Samsung just had their event. Google's having their event on the 20th next month, and then we have the Apple event on the 9th. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. And then it's gonna be fun times ahead.
All right. So next topic coming up, we have iOS 26 experience. So I have a lot of thoughts on it.
We've both been using it.
But I've been using it since it came out, pretty much. So is he. I think I held out for like an extra day.
Yeah.
And then I also made a video on it. But I do want to say.
So, features-wise, let's talk about features-wise and, design-wise. What do we think so far?
All right. So, I think the liquid glass, as someone who is into, like, the older kind of textile, I think liquid glass is a very good design, but it seems like they're cutting back on it a little bit with the newer betas, unfortunately.
So that's the thing. They cut back on some of their cutting back on Beta 4.
That's good. I actually haven't updated to Beta 4 yet, so...
Okay, then. Yeah.
So I don't know what to say about that, but like...
So, yeah, basically, I'm a big fan of liquid glass. You look great. There's some areas where I think that could use some improvement, but overall, I think it's a step in the right direction. It's more fluid. It's more, it's more just fun, really. It's more fun.
And it gives us a nice update from the design that we've had pretty much since iOS 7, with like a minor upgrade with iOS 11.
Yeah, it's a good design.
So the design is good.
And then features.
If you're using features.
Let's talk. Features wise, in my opinion, so the features of iOS 26 are a bit more less substantial, but I think there are some that I really like. Visual intelligence is unironically the feature. We've ragged on Apple Intelligence in this episode, but the thing is, the new visual intelligence feature where you could you can get info from your screen, that's actually been useful. And I've never shared this. I never shared this with you. I never shared this with anyone else, except for a handful of people on Twitter. But I I exposed someone with iOS 26.
Oh.
Using the visual intelligence feature.
Oh, God. Explain.
Basically, there was this guy on Twitter that I've been following for past year or so, and they've been getting hate on the very recently to a point where people were blocking him, and so then he to have everyone feel bad for him, he faked his death.
No, bro faked his death.
He
really?
faked his death. He faked his death, and then he shared a picture that was like this was the car crash that he was in, 100% real. So I used the visual intelligence feature in iOS 26 where I took a screenshot and I tapped on image search, and within 2 seconds I found the original image where that was from.
Oh my god. Dude, if you're gonna use a picture of a car crash, at least AI generate one so people can't track your steps.
Exactly. I took 2 seconds with iOS 26 to expose him.
What was he even faking his death over? He just faked his death to fake his death. He just woke up one day, came out of bed like, you know what? I feel like faking my death today.
He was getting hate. It was a Inside Out fan account.
An Inside Out fan account, dude. You're killing yourself or fake killing yourself over Inside Out.
No. People were ragging on him for his for I don't know what they were ragging on him for, but they were ragging on him for stuff, and then he faked his death because people were blocking him.
Dude, if you're faking your death over people blocking you on the internet, then I'm sorry, you don't belong on the internet, let alone Twitter. That's the most controversial place on the internet. So
here's the thing. I've Twitter or X, basically they released this thing where you can still view the replies or the comments of the people who've blocked you. You can still view them, you just can't interact with them. And so there's so many times where I'm browsing through a post and then I see someone that I cannot interact with because they blocked me.
Bro.
There's so many people that have blocked me now because of my controversial tech takes.
Oh. Yeah. I personally don't use Twitter I'm only on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I have a Twitter account, but I don't think I've ever used it for any. I think I made maybe one post.
Yeah.
I actually have a whole one follower, and that's Shahzeb.
Yes.
Because I'm never on Twitter, but like,
yeah,
bro, the fact that people block you over a tech take is crazy to me.
Yes. It's
like,
I literally I think the people that have blocked me are literally the people that I've pissed off because of my takes on liquid glass or display refresh rate, and that's it. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, dude, but I'm sorry, like, faking your death, though, over Twitter is just insane to me. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Just turn your phone off. Don't fake your fucking death. What are you trying to achieve there?
Yeah. So anyway, I exposed him thanks to iOS 26. Thanks, Apple.
Thanks, Apple.
Thanks, Apple. Yeah.
So don't blame Shahzeb for screwing you. Blame Apple for screwing you.
Yes. They introduced a cool feature.
Introduced a cool feature.
Yeah. And I also like the this is very long overdue, but I liked how they finally separate unknown senders into their own like separate category in messages.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Thank God.
That was good.
Messages backgrounds is also pretty cool. Hold assist, those
Snapchat's had that forever.
Yes. Photos app is finally not terrible.
Yep, they finally fixed the crappy Photos app from iOS 18.
Yeah, and I also got to say the 3D depth effect feature that you can do in the Photos app is also really cool. I like that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, overall features wise, design wise, we love iOS 26.
Yep, I love the features, the design. I'm trying to think of a feature that I found useful, but like, it's mostly just been the liquid glass I found just really cool. Like, that's kind of like the main thing of this year, although there are some features that have been added to it.
Yeah.
So my only problem. So moving on to like some problems with with iOS 26. So this only applies to the beta, but like this has been like besides the liquid glass being cool, this has been like the worst beta for me, at least in terms of stability, because my phone went from like, and also the brightness is also an issue that I found, but like my phone will crash like over nothing. Like, I've had my phone crash when I was literally just trying to load something up. Like, I think I was at Jimmy John's with my friend, and I have like that code thing to pull it up, and I like double clicked the side button, and then it showed like the loading thing, like my phone respringed, and then like it went back, and I was sitting there, the Jimmy John's lady was just staring at me, like waiting for me to do it, and I was like, hold on, give me a second. Then I let my friend go first. I was like, and then it's just like the brightness is an issue, and the music app, the years are off. Like, like, for example, an album that was released in 2007 in your Apple Music library or your iTunes library, or whatever you want to call it, like, let's say it was released in 2006, or then it will either show 2005 or 2007. It won't show 2006 for some reason, even though that's the year that album came out. Like, it's weird.
Damn,
you click on it, it shows the right year. Like, if you're in the artists, sort by artists, it'll show the wrong year until you click on the album. Then once you're in the album, it'll show the right year. So that's like a minor issue, but it was something I noticed from day one. The updated FaceTime app is actually pretty cool. I like the updated FaceTime app with the liquid glass. But like, it's just like all the updated liquid glass stuff is cool, but like also my brightness on my phone, like my phone's not like, it'll be max brightness. I've had my dad, I've let him like use my phone for something, and he's like trying to turn up the brightness. I'm like, dude, it's on max, even though it's like realistically it's not on max. I kept updating my beta. I'm like, please, will my brightness finally be fixed? So I'm hoping beta 4 will fix it all. but like I've had a lot of issues with that beta. Like I've never had issues with betas. Like I used the iOS 16 beta. I think I used the iOS 17 beta, but on a separate phone. The 18 beta, I don't think I did the beta. I don't think I did the beta for 18. But like, no, I did do the beta for 18, but it was like right before it came out. It was like right before it came out, like a week before it came out. So it was basically like the RTM build anyway.
The RC, you mean?
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I've used a lot of betas, and like I can confidently say this one has been the worst beta that I've used out of all of them.
Yeah. Well,
just in terms of stability.
So yeah, that's yeah, I can attest I've had some very bad issues with the beta. But overall, I think iOS 26 in terms of the update, I like it. In terms of the name as well, thank God, we finally
they needed to simplify that.
Thank God.
About it.
Yes, all the versions, every single OS is unified. Even Xcode is version 26. Safari is version 26 now as well. So
I wonder if they're gonna go from Final Cut 11 and just skip all the way to Final Cut 26.
That I tweeted about that recently as well, and it makes sense, you know.
So I'm someone that edits on Final Cut like daily. Like that's been my main editing software for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. Logic, they might do it too.
Yeah, Logic as well. We're on Logic Pro 11, so we got Logic Pro 26.
Yep.
It makes sense. So, yeah. And on the topic of iOS 26, I did not put this in the notes, but you remember the iOS 26 leaks? At the time we were calling out iOS 19. You remember the leaks?
Yeah.
Like showing the icons?
Yeah.
So it turns out John Prosser, who leaked them, he's being sued now by Apple.
Oh. Well,
yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, so let me pull up the lawsuit because what Apple claims is kind of crazy.
I think I saw that on YouTube today. I saw like a clip of it or a thumbnail.
Yeah. Basically, John's one of John's people he was working with, Michael Ramaciotti. Ramaciotti. Basically. So what Apple alleges, this is all from Apple's perspective. So, this is not counting what John or Michael had. We're basically, what Apple alleges is that Michael was sort of like spying on an Apple employee who worked on the Photos app. His name was Ethan Lipnick. Where basically Michael and Ethan were friends, and then Michael was like in his house, and then he invited him over to his house, and then he like looked over at his phone and saw his passcode, and then got into his phone and saw like the new design and things like that.
That's pretty scummy.
But again, this is from Apple's perspective.
Yeah, so
this is from Apple's perspective. This is not entirely confirmed. We'll have to see what John has to say, what Michael has to say on their perspective. But yeah, it's pretty crazy to see this come out
it's pretty insane. The last Apple lawsuit I remember hearing about was the Epic Games lawsuit years ago. I know it's kind of unrelated, but that's the last Apple lawsuit I remember actually hearing about.
Well, yeah, I remember. I just rewatched a video from Rene Ritchie. He made a video about this other Apple leaker from a few years ago. His name was Simon Lancaster, I think. Simon Lancaster. I forgot his name. But yeah, he was also being sued by Apple for leaking info. And there was another guy, Andrew.
So did the dude... Remember the dude who got 20 of the unreleased MacBook Pros?
Yes. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Did he get sued too, or no?
So the thing is that that was in Russia, and I don't know if you know this, but Apple is not a Russian company. So
that figures.
Yeah. So they So that's why I don't think they're allowed to sue them.
But I'm still curious as to how he got his hands on all those MacBooks.
It was not one guy. It was just a load of M4 MacBook Pro 14-inch models that leaked out.
My MacBook Pro.
Yeah, except these were the base model with 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage. But like these things, all 200 of them, not 20, 200 of them leaked out in Russia, out of nowhere.
Truck broke down.
Yeah, it was wild.
So that was a wild thing. I remember you coming into class. For the record, we had this computer class together last year that no one did shit in. Like, no offense, Miss Huchek, but no one did shit in that class.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but like, I remember him coming in. I don't know if it was in chemistry or computers.
It was in chemistry.
And you were like, dude, look at all this dude got an unreleased MacBook Pro, and I'm like, and I said, no way.
No, you thought it was fake.
Yeah, I thought it was fake. I didn't believe it because because I know the way Apple is and how secure they keep their shit. So it didn't sound right to me, and then you showed me, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. And something that people were very skeptical of is the fact that it was the same wallpaper as the M3 MacBook Pro.
Which is a reasonable suspicion.
Yes, but then literally 1 week later, they announced the iPad mini with, get this, the same wallpaper as the old one.
Yeah.
So then after that, then the MacBook Pro came out with the same wallpaper as the old one.
Yeah, that was kind of a letdown to me. I wanted a cool new Pro wallpaper for my M4 MacBook Pro.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, I mean...
things are getting crazy.
It's the eighth wonder of the world, how they got access to all those MacBook Pros.
Yeah, that's genuinely one of the craziest leaks I've had the opportunity to experience.
Another great...
I guess on the topic of crazy leaks, just today there was a development iPhone 17 Pro that leaked out. I made that short. You saw?
Yeah, that was
the thing. So the thing is, this phone looks to be in a stealth case, as what Apple uses to protect the design of the phone. But we could tell it's a 17 because the flash and the light are off to the side. So
and for the people that don't know, that they also kind of used one of those on a leaked iPhone 4 prototype to kind of make it look more like a 3GS at the time.
Yeah, except this just makes it look like a generic phone.
Yep.
So I assume it looks like this guy is using the development iPhone alongside a regular production iPhone. So he's using his production iPhone to test out the regular one, or the development one.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so we have that. And the last thing for the topics
is the A18 A18 Pro MacBook 12-inch concept.
Yeah, so the thing is, it's not a concept. It's actually a real thing that's going to happen, except it's not going to be 12 inches. So, basically, the rumor is that we're getting, potentially as early as early next year, 2026, we're going to get a new, super low-end MacBook that's powered by A18 Pro chip. This has been spotted by Kuomingchi and Mac Rumors. We're getting a new MacBook A18 Pro chip with a 13-inch display. 13-inch, not 12-inch. It's going to have the A18 Pro from the 16 Pro, and it's going to have the same colors as the iPad, the base iPad, the A16 iPad. So it's going to be silver, blue, pink, and my beloved yellow one right here.
So for those of you that have been living under a rock, and I'm talking a big-ass rock, because if you don't know about this computer, I don't know where you've been. But funnily enough, from the era that I'm actually using products from, the 12-inch MacBook was a brand new product at the time, and it kind of showed like was like a preview of kind of like the future designs up until 2019 and 2020 with the MacBook Pro and MacBook Air. And it was basically like a small MacBook which ran on a Core M series chip. Not Core I or Core Ultra as they for some reason renamed it to. A Core M series, which is like which is kind of like a mobile processor, but way worse.
Yeah, and it only consumed like 5 watts, I think.
Yeah. And while at the time it's a great design, the hardware itself just has not held up. And even worse, it came with a butterfly keyboard, which was also new at the time, but it was also an awful design compared to the scissor mechanism at the time.
It is one of the first devices ever to come with USB-C, though.
Yep, it is the first device to come with USB-C and only USB-C.
Only USB-C.
And nowadays, USB-C is in literally everything. You could probably pick up a random phone on the ground and it'll most likely have USB-C. But back in 2016, the standards were MagSafe, Lightning, and those like barrel jacks and micro USB. Those are the 4 standards at the time. USB-C was a whole new ball game back then. And
it was simply just a product that was too ahead of its time.
Yeah, it was too ahead of its time, and that's why me and Shahzeb have talked about it before. If they released it, if they kept it going in 2020 when the M series chips came out, it would have actually been a usable, like, good laptop. I think Austin Evans has even done a video where he used one for like a week, and that had like it was like the ballinest, like, top of the line model with the i7 and 16 gigs of RAM and I think a terabyte of storage. And while it was a good design, it did not hold up in and if you want to open it and swap the battery out, it's even worse.
Yeah, so here's the thing. That was actually a rumor back in 2020 where Apple was going to kill off the MacBook Air and reintroduce the 12-inch MacBook.
But with an M series chip in it.
Yeah, with, at the time we called it A14X in the rumors. But then then we changed it to M1 when, M1 came out. But yeah, all the rumors pointed to the 12-inch MacBook coming back. But then literally like 2 weeks before the event in 2020, the rumor came out that actually it's going to be a 13-inch MacBook Air that's coming out, and sure enough, it was.
And that's the 13-inch MacBook Pro that's just like my Intel 13-inch MacBook Pro that I bought at the worst time possible.
Yes. So, but yeah, so we got the 12-inch or the 13-inch MacBook Air, which has been great. That's what I'm using right now, that exact MacBook. And so, the M1 has been great. It's been great. But the thing is, I feel like, and we obviously got the M2 MacBook Air redesign back in 2022. But the thing is, with the MacBook Air design, it feels like it's not taking any risks. The 12-inch MacBook took so many risks.
Yeah, it was completely a different thing.
Arguably at the time, it took too many risks. It was way too ahead of its time back in 2015. But now, in 2025, it makes more sense than ever to bring this machine back. The problem is, they're not bringing it back. Instead, we're getting a new MacBook. It's essentially what it sounds like is just going to be the current M4 MacBook Air, but with some downgraded hardware, some slightly downgraded hardware, and most significantly, it's going to go from an M4 chip to the A18 Pro chip, the same chip that's currently powering the iPhone 16 Pro.
So, it's going to be an interesting sight to see when it does come out, though. So I made a concept of this device, and to be fair,
like I would absolutely kill for a MacBook in this shade of yellow. Like this thing is so great. I love my yellow iPad here, and so it looks great with it being yellow, and with it being just overall just it looks great. It looks great.
Yeah.
That's all I can say there. But it's just like it's cool. It'll be a great machine. I assume it's going to be priced at like $700, which is $300 less than a MacBook Air is right now. And not only that, but I assume so many people are like kind of confused as to why this thing would have the same design as an M4 MacBook Air or a 13-inch MacBook Air. But look at the base iPad and the iPad Air. These things look exactly the same, and yet they both sell right next to each other. So and the thing is that these are the best selling iPad models. The iPad and the iPad Air. These are the best selling iPad models.
So I actually do have an iPad Air M1. It is more powerful than my MacBook Air from around the same time. But like the M1 chip, it's just even the M1, like all the M series chips, they were insane. And you like tech reviewers at the time when those M1 chips came out were like flabbergasted at how that M1 chip was like outpacing like the 2019 Mac Pro at the time. Like DankPods did a test of an M1 Air or an M1 MacBook Air sitting on a couch like exporting a Final Cut file, and they did the same thing on a Xeon Mac Pro. And the Mac Pro barely won, and it was not an honorable win at all.
No. I think you're confusing these. Because I remember this video. He compared, what you're thinking of there is he compared his 16-inch MacBook Pro 2019 to an M1 MacBook Air. And the MacBook Air, the 16-inch Pro did win, but it was not an honorable win. And then he compared his 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro to his Mac Pro, and the 16-inch Pro won. So
yeah, it's insane how crazy those chips are. Like all the stuff that they can do, and it's not like they're not even like 64-bit based. They're ARM based chips, and they're like Intel.
That's 64-bit then.
ARM 64 instead of what's it called? I forgot what it's called on Windows.
x86 64.
X86 64 based, and it's just like an insane thing. Like my MacBook Air is only like 5 years older than that MacBook Pro, and that MacBook Pro it was crazy. It's crazy how fast it is and how much it outpaces it. And his M1 MacBook Air versus that MacBook Air with even max specs, it's crazy how much it outpaces it. And what's even crazier is that in early 2020, they were still shipping dual-core i3s in a modern MacBook. How does that make any sense?
Yeah, and then just one generation later, they slapped from 2 cores to 8 cores. Yeah. 4 of them are efficiency, but still 8 cores.
And the best part is, the funny part is, I didn't get the base model. I had the i5 quad-core model. I had the better model that was like $300 more. And And
it still sucks.
Yeah, and it still sucks. I remember having a conversation with my mom, and I said to her, I'm like, I hope this computer lasts me like at least 5 years. And I was sitting there talking to my mom. I'm like, I'm hoping it at least lasts me 5 years. My mom's like, I hope it lasts you even longer than that. And I'm like, Mom, I hate to tell you, but that thing lasted 4 years for me. It didn't even make the 5-year mark, like, before I upgraded. And the funny thing is, I technically upgraded before that, because I went to this iMac that's sitting right behind me and started editing off of that, just because of how much Ventura fucked that MacBook Air.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy to me how crazy these M chips, and going from that to that is just like, it's even insaner. But like, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video.
So I'm glad you brought up the M1 there, because so many people, when they hear that an A series chip is going into a Mac, they got very concerned. Like, oh god, how is this thing going to perform? The thing is, though, you have nothing to worry about. The A18 Pro chip, and this is not a joke, the A18 and the A18 Pro chip are actually faster than the M1 chip.
So,
which is crazy to think about there.
Yeah, and the M1 chip's already an extremely capable, powerful chip.
And the M1 is 5 years old now. Oh my god, that's crazy.
It's a 5-year-old chip, and you're still using it today, and it still runs fine.
5 years old, that's crazy.
Yeah, try using a 5-year-old Intel chip. It's not going to get you very far.
You're not gonna do it. Try using a 4-year-old Intel chip.
It's not going to get you any farther.
The A18 Pro MacBook. I think this is going to be a very good. It's going to be a very interesting Mac to have in the line. I just really want to see the MacBook, just a regular MacBook line, just come back. Just because I don't know. I just want to see that line come back, and it sounds like we are getting it back. But overall, I think this Mac is going to be great. But I just want it to be a 12-inch, but unfortunately, it sounds like we're not getting that. But I'm not losing hope. I still hope eventually one day we'll get a 12-inch MacBook, but not looking good right now.
So yeah, we might get that in the future. And I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the iPodcast featuring me, Nico Mantanis, and Shahzeb Ali here. Go subscribe to our YouTube channels, Tower Tech Tutorials. Subscribe to the iPodcast channel, which is brand new. You can also check out new episodes at towertechstudios.com. And go check out his channel, Tech God. Go check out all our stuff, all our socials. Go check out him on Twitter. Yeah. All that will be linked down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the iPodcast. Shahzeb, is there anything you want to say to finish it off?
Don't do drugs.
Yep, don't do drugs, kids. And that is it. So, bye, guys. See you in the next episode.
See you later.